What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking another look at the Kobe 4 CHBL. This is the S2 batch. Before we get into these, I want to remind you that this video and all the other content on my channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If this is your first time here, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe for me. Really appreciate that. It is very helpful. You can also be sure to follow me on Instagram and then TikTok at kvegaskickz. Guys, I appreciate all your support. Let's take a look at these new Kobes. So if you follow my channel, thank you so much and welcome back. You know that I have reviewed this shoe before in the World Killer batch, but I do try to get different batches of the shoe just so I can show you guys. Again, this is the S2. Let me show you where I picked this pair up from, guys. Instagram seller, one of my absolute favorites. Be sure to mention Kvegas. Of course, all that will be in the description. I know they'll take care of you. Let's take a look at these S2s. So you do have that Kobe 4 outsole. This one is in solid rubber compound, great for traction with that herringbone. You can never go wrong with herringbone. You got your real carbon fiber and that light blue swoosh. All that looks really good. These do squeak on the court, and the S2 batch has always been good for traction. Again, you can really never go wrong with herringbone, so no problems there. Phylon midsole, you've got that gradient fade from the darker yellow to the lighter, lightning to soft yellow, I think is the colorway, with those speckles. This pair, guys, looks to be pretty clean from glue residue. Looks to be a pretty clean job. Always like to see that on Kobe's, because we know that, you know, no matter what version, there can be some issues with sole separation, so it's always nice to see a clean glue job, and this one certainly looks like it's got that. Now, as far as the fit and the comfort of these shoes, now, these are not for me. These are men's 8, women's 9.5 for my daughter. However, I've got plenty of S2 Kobe 4s, and I can tell you they do fit true to size. So no problem with that at all. I always get a size 13 in S2, so, you know, no issue with that. Comfort-wise, they do just come with the blue foam, like Ortholite style insole, which is correct. And then, of course, being a Kobe 4, the S2, they're going to stick to the Protro setup. You can get a zoom unit in the heel, and then nothing up here, no zoom anyway, up in the forefoot. So the Kobe 4 is always one that's good for court feel, a more low to the ground kind of ride. You know, more responsive feeling because you don't have that zoom up in the forefoot. So that's, you know, if that's the kind of shoe you like, the Kobe 4 is definitely a great option for you. Now, the upper of the shoe, you got a mix of materials. You got some synthetic leather, then of course you get your first gen fly wire with this fuse. You can see your black swoosh. The leather does have that scale print on it, and it's a little bit softer leather than the S2, pretty similar, or excuse me, than the World Killer. Pretty close, especially around the toe cap area. Both the S2 and the World Killer, this particular piece of leather was a little bit stiff, and that holds here. A little bit softer right here, and of course you got your perforations. Start you off with the yellow laces, and this one got a little fuzz or something on it. And then of course also comes with that kind of bluish teal, which will definitely pop when you throw those in there. That is of course over top of your mesh tongue. And then up at the top of the tongue, you got some synthetic leather, very nicely padded with a glossy black Shizuku. That looks good. The S2 always does have the tongue a little bit more straight across. Should have a little curve to it and be a little bit more flexible than that, but that's just, again, that's how S2 is. And then you got the lighter yellow for the sock liner, and then of course you can see that insole down in there, which I did remove from the other shoe, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. One thing I did want to note, the World Killer batch, the only real thing I had on it was I felt like the tongue came up too high. The S2 looks, the height of the tongue looks a little bit more appropriate, so that looks good. Swoosh looks to be spaced out nicely. Certainly on the S2, as you go up in sizes, it seems like the swoosh is not quite big enough, but on this men's 8, I think it looks pretty good. You got more of that synthetic leather back here at your ankle area, which is nicely padded and is in that lighter, softer yellow. You can see your 24 pressed in pretty nicely. Of course, Kobe signature on your heel counter, which is again over top of that synthetic leather that has the scale pattern on it. I think the back of the shoe shape is pretty good. The S2 typically a little wide. I mean, it could be a little bit more tapered, but overall it looks nice, and it's going to look great on foot. Medial side, pretty much a mirror image of the lateral, with the exception of these perforations up towards the front of your foot. All that looks good. Speckling looks great. Let's take a look at the left shoe and see how it stacks up. Looking pretty good. Of course, this one has your 8 as opposed to the 24, which which is correct, of course. I've had people ask me that, why has it got the different number? I've even had some people say, the left shoe doesn't have the signature. It's not supposed to. This is correct. I think height-wise, everything looks to line up well. Another shot of that 8 pressed in very nicely. And just give you a good shot all the way around, guys. Check out the midsole on this one. You do have, of course, your Zoom Air branding. Not seeing much to complain about this pair, honestly. Again, this portion of leather right here is kind of stiff, but it was like that on both of them thus far, World Killer and this S2. And let's take a look at our Strobel here, guys. Get these laces out of the way. So I think you can kind of tell the outline there of that top-loaded Zoom unit in the heel, and then of course nothing up in the forefoot. Give you a shot of the size tag as best we can. Men's 8, women's 9.5. And these, of course, are just going to come with some regular tissue paper inside. And then the insole is that correct insole, the yellow with the touched line and a silhouette of a Kobe 4. And again, just that blue Ortholite style. It can be swapped out. A lot of people, I think, do swap these out for a more cushioned insole. But go ahead and do that right away, because you see all those lines. That is glue. That'll heat up, stick to your Strobel, and be very hard to get out cleanly if you decide to swap them out down the line. So shoes looking beautiful. Such an eye-catching pair. Let's check out the box on this one. So it is the updated 3rd gen Kobe box. You got the glossy scale pattern and that gold foil signature on the lid. You get that scale pattern all over your box. Gold foil Nike and Shizuku. You got some branding in black on the bottom. Your little window, another Shizuku, and your box label is going to be Kobe 4 Pro Tro CHBL. We got lightning black and soft yellow. Again, men's 8, women's 9.5. Black in the lid. Got that new tissue paper, the black scale pattern with gold Shizuku, and then white tissue paper underneath that. I don't believe there was any stickers or anything like that inside the box. All that's good, and the box was extremely well protected. I mean, it looks absolutely perfect in shipping, so I always appreciate that. Came FedEx, which is good. UPS anymore is messing up my boxes, but FedEx tends to be pretty nice. So, but anyway, the shoes is what matters, and they are absolutely beautiful. I think the S2 did a really good job. Aside from the shape of the tongue, that's really the only thing that really could be improved upon, but that itself is going to look good on foot. Absolutely beautiful. So anyway, guys, that's my unboxing review of this Kobe 4 CHBL, the S2 batch. I hope you enjoyed the review and that it was helpful for you. Let me know what you think about this pair in the comments. Be sure to follow me on my other socials and be on the lookout, because we got a lot more of these reviews coming your way.